looked at the role of circular economy to satisfy material requirements up to 2050, and we started by trying to put a future vision of what transport system will look like and what sort of material requirements we may have. So there was a lot of discussion.
Sorry, Evi, that was a previous bing bong.
Oh,
it's
okay.
gone terribly wrong with the bing bongs. Right, we're there.
3 minutes is very short.
Yeah, it's not as short as that.
So we're just talking about transport systems, and I think that a lot of the people in my table agree that we would like transport systems with minimum impact to the environment across the whole supply chain. We would like to use more low carbon and sustainable materials. We would like to have everything recycled at the end of life and use more biodegradable components. And we would like to have much better material standardization and better understanding of what materials are used in transport. We then looked at what our current state is and the things that they came out were that there's limited recycling. We use a lot of primary materials in our transport systems, but also as fuel. There's a lot of downcycling going on and very little materials that are kept in a circular loop in transport. And there's a lack of policy enablers and regulations. Although we do have regulation out there, it's not fit for purpose. We then tried to identify top priorities for enablers for our vision to 2050 and what challenges we may have. Our top enablers were setting international standards for materials in transport systems, producer responsibility for materials, and how we could kind of look at what happens to materials at the end of their life, cascading use, recycling, minimize environmental impact. And the third one was developing visions for technology in the future that they actually take into consideration materials. So having foresight studies that they actually look into material supply chains in more detail, which is something that's not happening much at the moment. Regarding the challenges, the lack of data to understand material systems was a big one, which obviously it's a massive bottleneck when it comes to making decisions about the circular economy. Lack of capacity within the UK for processing, recycling, refurbishing, etc. And how can we balance out carbon and circularity within transport systems? That was something else that was highlighted. We then went into our deep dives and we picked up these top priorities and tried to look at them. We only managed to go through one of them, producer responsibility, and we spent quite a bit of time trying to define what these actually mean. So there was a lot of discussion about how the current system is very much value-driven. There's no holistic approach that takes into consideration the different resources and materials in transport systems, not much focus on things like technology, metals and other critical resources, low circularity incentives in terms of regulations. And I think we stopped somewhere there, really.